Question for you. Are you truly living your dream? Are you truly living the life that you thought you'd have by now? I know for a lot of people, they say, no. You know, they thought they'd be further ahead. They thought they'd have more, or they thought that, life would be better than what it is. If you're Gen X, you were taught to work hard, follow the rules, work the overtime, stay loyal to a company, and eventually it would all work out. You get your gold watch and you sail off into the sunset. Well, that didn't quite work out the way we had planned, had it? For a lot of Gen Xers, you know, we're married, we got families, and we work our butts off, right? We have our income, our spouse's income, and at the end of the day, it feels like we're spinning our wheels, right? We're just barely getting by, and maybe some of you are sitting there going, well, I've got a good retirement plan and everything. We're okay. Congratulations, that's awesome. But for a big majority of us, we're one paycheck away from financial ruin, right? If something major happens, we'd be in a lot of trouble. And I know this because I was one of those people. I used to work in private security, and I worked hard. I put in all the overtime. My wife had a great job. And at the end of the day, we felt like we were just not getting ahead. We were barely treading water. And I think one of those moments that made me realize that things had to change was the day that we went to the bank to take out some money and realized we couldn't do it until we transferred money from one account to the other. Just take out 20 bucks. And I think that was really one of those moments where you went, something really has to change. And it did, right? I mean, we worked hard, we did everything, we followed the rules, but at the end of the day, we weren't getting ahead. We were surviving. And if you've ever felt that way, this is for you. Okay, this video is the right place for you to be. I used to work in private security. I was contracted with immigration to go around to all the jails throughout Ontario, pick up all the non-Canadians who couldn't behave themselves. So for 10 years, I was in and out of every single jail and penitentiary throughout Ontario. And I'm very proud to tell you that I've never committed a crime in order to do that. And, at first it was awesome. I loved my job. But by the end of it, I was worn out. I was burnt out. I wasn't happy. I was a miserable person. And, I realized things had to change. Now, I'll tell you guys, I sat down with my wife and we decided that we had to do something different because what we were doing was not working. So we looked at a bunch of opportunities. And I'll tell you first, I got into the MLM world, and let me tell you right off the bat, guys, I'm very, very thankful for the MLM world. It changed my life. It's not what I'm doing now, but I want you to understand that I have nothing against the MLM world. As a matter of fact, if you're in it and you're succeeding, congratulations. That's awesome. I did very well with the first company that we worked with. We stayed with them for a long period of time. But one day, the company sent out a mass email and says, thanks for all your hard work, but we've decided to go in a different direction, and this is how we're going to be running our business. So from now on, you can't do what you've done. So that totally floored me because, everything I had done, no longer could I do it, right? And I lost my business. I lost, 90% of my team at that time. And I realized that things had to change because I realized I didn't actually have a business. I kind of had a job that gave me more freedom, don't get me wrong, but I was like, okay, we need to change. So I tried a bunch of other things over time, but the thing I found with the MLM world, guys, was there's some problems. Number one, if you didn't consume products, you weren't making the money. Now, don't get me wrong, I love some of these products, they're great, but having to buy so many products every single month, that got to be a bit expensive. And, if I wasn't doing the right amount of work and my team wasn't working, my money went up to upline. And that really bothered me because I worked hard. I realized that I was only making 25 to 50%. And at the time I thought that was awesome. But guess what? It wasn't enough. And, I tried a bunch of other businesses. I'll be honest with you, had some ups, I had some downs, and it got to a point where I decided that maybe it was time to get out of this. And luckily, I saw a post from a mentor of mine, and he was talking about this digital automated business. I was like, hmm, this is interesting. I'd seen his posts and seen how people were having success, and he's talking about this blueprint and everything. So I messaged him and I said, okay, so I've seen your posts. I want to know what you're doing. He says, here's what you're going to do because this is going to be duplicatable. He says, you're going to go to my website. You're going to put your email in. You're going to watch the videos. I'm going to send you a 10K and 30-day blueprint so you can see how this business runs. I said, okay, that makes sense. I can do that. So that's exactly what I did. And I looked at it, and the first thing that blew my mind was that it's a 2-hour workday. And I thought, this is really cool because one, I don't have to be on the phone. I don't have to be chasing people all the time, right? Automation is going to bring people to me if I follow this blueprint. So like, okay, I can do that. So seeing that really got me excited. And this blueprint, it showed there's a path. You do this, this, and this, and this. It's like, okay, I can do that because I needed direction. Otherwise, I'm like Doug the dog, from Up. I get distracted very easily if I don't have a path, you know. So I was like, okay, that's awesome. I love the fact that, again, a 2-hour workday with automation. Now, let me tell you something straight up. This is not a press a button and forget about it and walk away. You still have to put in the time. You still have to follow the plan, okay? But I love the fact that with automation, once everything's set up, it's working in the background 24/7. So while you're eating, sleeping, working, whether you're spending time with the family, whatever it may be, your business is working in the background 24/7. So you may get a new lead while you're at work. You may get a new team member while you're, sleeping. You just never know. And that's the joys of this. Now, guys, let's talk a little bit about the digital products for a second. We are in the e-learning industry. There are 4 products to start with. Okay. Now you can start anywhere there. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 levels. Okay. Now, if you're like me, you want to start at the top. You want to say, hey, I want to make as much money as possible. But maybe you can only start at the 2nd or the 3rd level. That's awesome as well. The good thing is, guys, is you can upgrade at any time. So you're never stuck at one level, which is really nice. Now, guys, the e-learning industry is the fastest growing industry in the world right now. We are on track to be making over $3 billion, that's billion with a B, dollars per day by 2027. Okay. So wouldn't you like to be able to say, yeah, I've got a piece of that and I'm a part of that? That's what's exciting. Okay. Another nice thing, guys, is it's 100% profit. Honestly, 100% profit. Back in the MLM days, it was either 25 to 50%. Here, it's 100%. Now, another nice thing, there's no uplines, no downlines, no sidelines, nobody to get in your way, nobody to take money from you. When you make your income, it's 100% yours, which is really nice. And another nice thing, because it's digital, guys, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. It doesn't matter if you're in Canada, US, Mexico, Europe, Australia, South Africa. I don't care where you are. If you're watching this right now, that means you can do this business, which is really, really exciting. Okay. Guys, if you want to take a look at this, let me just tell you right now, all you need to do is take a look at my profile, click the link in there, okay? Put your email in just like I did, and I'll send you the 10K and 30-day blueprint. You're going to watch some videos so that you can see how this business actually grows, and you can get started right away, which is really exciting because when you get started, you're actually getting started because the products are to you right away. Now, another thing I want to tell you about, guys, is our community. We have a huge community. We have over 60,000 people from all over the world who are doing this, from all ages, all backgrounds. It doesn't matter who you are, okay? I don't care if you're a security guard like me. I don't care if you're a single parent. I don't care if you're a pilot. I don't care what you do for a living. You can do this business. That's the nice thing about this. Okay. And like I said, no matter where you are in the world, if you're watching this, congratulations, you can do this business. Yeah, I remember those days as well, Jason. Jason's just saying that he's in Wisconsin. I used to work in a grocery store, and I will have a table and we'll put on display products and give away free products from a company. Now they don't do that anymore. No, that was years ago. I remember doing that. We used to go to the fairs and show off the products and stuff. Now it's all digital. If you've ever ordered anything online, you bought a digital product, right? And that's why the way the world is moving is towards digital. So it is definitely the way to go. I remember doing shows and doing fairs and stuff and having display up of the products and little information and stuff. We did that as well. But nowadays, you don't need to do that. And that's what's really nice about it, right? You can run this business from anywhere. You can run it from your phone, right? You don't have to be sitting in front of the computer 24/7. You don't have to be on it for 8 or 9 hours trying to get, people on the phone and doing webinars and everything else all the time, right? We have that all set up in our community for us. We have some of the best leaders in the world who are doing all that for you. All you have to do is just invite the people and say, hey, come take a look. Take a look for yourself. See what you think. Let me know. So anyways, guys, I'm hoping you guys are having an awesome day today. And I really appreciate your time. And I will be back again with more information on this. Again, guys, if you really want to take a look at this, all you need to do is click the link in my profile, put your email in. I'll send you the 10K and 30-day blueprint. You'll watch some videos, and then you can get started right away. Anyways, I hope you guys are having an awesome Thursday, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.